Election is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Paramount. It can be found as part of their Paramount's Presents line, available at your online retailers. Full disclosure, I downright hated this movie when I first saw it back when it was initially released. I'm always willing, however, to give a film a second chance, and I'm glad I did, because watching it again nearly 10 years later, my perspective completely changed. Ultimately, the film is about the unfairness of life. Consequences happen to some, but not others, and who hasn't known a Tracy Flick in their life? I've grown really fond of the film over time, and it's such an interesting character study that I can't help but be drawn in every time I rewatch. Election on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has an aspect ratio of 239:1 with native 4K resolution and supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision transfer. According to what information is available, the film's debut on 4K is the result of a restoration, which, to my eyes, is certainly a noteworthy improvement even over the Criterion Collection's Blu-ray. With Paramount's somewhat spotty history of catalog releases, one always has to hold their breath when a new one hits the market, and I'm happy to say it's largely an improvement over what came before. Film grain looks finely layered, and I didn't notice any egregious or obvious signs of DNR. Paramount's disc encoding fluctuates like normal, but I didn't really see bit rates dip below the 60s. Image stability was fairly good, with the transfer resting on a 66GB disc. I found the palette to be more natural in appearance, no doubt given an assist by Dolby Vision. Don't get me wrong, the Criterion Blu-ray has an excellent transfer, but this one is just more of a refinement, and I think it looks really good. Colors overall show a nice boldness to them, and once again, going back to the Criterion Blu-ray, you get a little bit more here, just squeaking out that much bit of color depth. General skin tones look healthy, and as far as black levels go, they have a proper deepness and look pretty good. Shadow detail is firmly on point, and I didn't witness any crushing spotted during my viewing. Election on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby True HD 5.1 audio mix, as well as a German, a French, an Italian, and Japanese Dolby Digital tracks. With this 4K disc's inclusion of the Dolby True HD 5.1, it's a bit of a dilemma whether this is a direct port from the existing standard Blu-ray or a version of the DTS 5.1 from the Criterion Collection. I'm going to believe the latter, and if memory serves, the Paramount in-house Blu-ray only supported a 5.0 track. The 5.1 included on the Criterion was a remastering according to their notes, so I'm going to believe that it was a form of that particular mix. It's not like the extra 0.1 of the LFE is necessarily a deal breaker with a movie like this, but at least it's a bit comforting to know it's there in some manner. That said, even with the additional low end, it doesn't really move the needle too much, as this film is primarily dialogue heavy, so any use of the low end is subtle at best. Dialogue reproduction, however, is clear and prioritized nicely through the center with no issues present. The fronts, in their turn, do a solid job. The surrounds are mostly used for light ambience, some score, and aren't overly active, but do offer some levels of immersion here and there. As for the extras, there is a brand new featurette called Who Cares About This Stupid Election? It's about 30 minutes or so, and it's a retrospective featuring director Alexander Payne and co-writer Jim Taylor. I really enjoyed this one, as they talked about the various ins and outs of getting the film made, the castings of the various actors and actresses, and their time on the film itself. Even though the extras from the Criterion Collection version stay over on Criterion's Blu-ray, this new featurette is a nice compliment for those that choose to keep that disc for the bonus materials. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Election on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A. All in all, the transfer from Paramount on the new 4K is a worthwhile upgrade. The overall presentation is clean and visually more natural than what we got over on the Criterion Blu-ray. Fans should overall be pleased with the transfer. For the audio, I scored it a B+. With this being a drama, there isn't a whole lot as far as immersive audio cues, but what is there is presented well. The track itself has good fidelity, and no source blemishes could be heard. This overall is a good mix. For the extras, I graded them a B+. It's disappointing but understandable that the Criterion included bonus materials didn't find their way over here, but at least there's a new bit of content and one that's definitely worth checking out. So that is my review of Election on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Paramount. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave a direct Amazon link in the comment section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel, but if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.